What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna check out some Sword Art Online. And I butchered the hell out of this, I'm pretty sure, on the Steam Deck video. But I'll try again here. Alicization of Lycoris. Probably butchering that. But we're gonna see if this game runs decently on here. Now, on the Steam Deck, it did let me play single player. You just can't play multiplayer because of the anti-cheat. Obviously, on this one, though, you could. There is no anti-cheats that this thing can't play. Anything Windows, this thing can play. That's the beauty of the Ally. And the Ally X has that badass battery and all that other upgraded stuff too. So this is quite a nice handheld. Although quite pricey. Definitely quite pricey. But in any case, why don't we not waste any more time? We'll hook it up to the couch computer, go do our usual rigmarole of 1080p high, 900p medium, and finish it up with some 720p low. So, to the game. Alright, so here's the settings we're gonna try first. Just 1080p high, like we usually do. This thing doesn't really have presets, so I kind of have to make my own, but there's not that many settings, so it's not that bad. And we're obviously not doing no 30 FPS mode. Although, heck, if you wanted it to be smooth, then you probably should do that if you want 1080p. But anyway, let's get into the game. Alright, never mind, you can't even get 30 FPS at 1080p. And we're not even in the city yet. Alright, it seems like it can at some points, but it seems like it's going to be dropping under there a lot. And if I remember correctly, once we get to the city, it gets into the damn teens. And I'm sure a lot of people could play like this, just prime. This is probably not that big of a deal, but I feel like once you get into the low 20s and teens, I feel like even the people that don't care that much about FPS start going, okay, this is a little too low for me. Perhaps I ought to turn some settings down or lower the res or something. Anyway, let's just go run up here, get this convo done with so we can head to town. I did too many things today, so I can't remember where or what, when I copied or, not copied, but just skipped. Because sometimes I just skip through cutscenes to see, you can get places. Apparently he doesn't hear it anymore. That's a damn good question.
キリト、ちょっと道に迷ってしまって。道に迷った？そうなんだ。僕はユージをよろしく、キリト君。ああ、よろしく。
I guess for this one, I didn't even bother going to town. Maybe I just went through the conversation. Because I probably thought to myself, well, I remember what it was like. Since obviously I get done with all these before I start these recordings. These are just voiceovers. I would just, record my voice as I'm playing the game live, but just like sometimes the games don't have sound half the time, my recordings wouldn't have sound. So I was like, nope, fuck that. I'm just gonna, use Audacity and watch the video and try to keep them one-to-one as best as I can. They're probably never gonna line up flawlessly, but yeah, it looks like I just did this silly conversation, but if we're only getting 30 FPS here, you'll see what I mean. I know for a fact I went into town after this. I'm almost 100% positive. If not, I'll admit I was wrong and get owned in the face. But time to move on. Now it is time for 900p. I dropped stuff down to medium. And I was hoping it would stay at least 30 FPS now, but I don't think it does. But Hey, let's go find out. Maybe it'll surprise me. All right, here we go. This time I know I went to town because I started Pat right after they got done having their long conversation. I was not expecting that to last that long, but 1080p high settings was never going to work that well. You guys will see what I mean once we get up into town. Because this is plenty. I mean, this right here, I could easily play with these kind of FPS right now. Would I like 60? Fuck yeah. But let's not pretend 30 to 40 FPS isn't playable. Might not be playable to some, but as I was yelled at by quite a few people, I can't keep saying 60 FPS is the only playable FPS. Because, I mean, hell, most of the time on console it's still 30. At least if you want decent graphics. If you want 60 FPS and half the time it's still not a constant at 60 FPS, mind you, you gotta make that game look like absolute dookie. Kind of like you gotta do to get 60 FPS on a Steam Deck. You gotta like go way under native res, put everything much lower than you would have to otherwise, and it's just not cool. And still, sometimes you can't even do it everywhere. So at that point, it's like, what's the point? I'd rather have like a constant 45 or something like that, or 40, or if absolute bare minimum 30. I don't really like dropping under 30 in games. That just looks a little too jarring. Even with VRR, because VRR generally doesn't go quite that low. I'm sure there's some instances where it does, but most of the time I think it stops around like 29 or 32 or something like that. And then stop, and I think it'll go up to your maximum. But hell, there might be some instances where it can't even go to your max. I don't know. I am not the arbiter of all that is that. So we're still good in front of the town. But I swear I remember it dropping like crazy at a certain instance.
闇の軍勢から村を守るためだよ。闇の軍勢？ほら、見えるだろ?
Oh, I see the hell out of those mountains.
あれが果ての山。
They're pretty damn big.
あの向こうにソルスの光も届かない闇の国にはゴブリンやオークみたいな呪われた亜人やもちろん山脈を守る聖号騎士が侵入を防いでいるけど。というか。キリトはそんな当たり前のことまで忘れちゃったのかい？なんとなく聞いたこともあるような気がする。そっか。早く記憶を取り戻せるといいね。
Loady load.
それじゃ。
I think it might have been the center where it was dropping. Because still, it's fine right over there. Oh, here we go. I think it hangs right at around 31, 32 here, which made me think, okay, well, there's got to be parts of the game where it probably drops under. All right, here we go. Let's try out low settings. I only left a few things maxed out, like anisotropic filtering. That almost does nothing for FPS. And then I turned quality mode off. But I left that anime downsampling on, mainly because I don't even understand what the hell it does. But anyway, let's go hop into the game. All right, here we go. 720p. Now, sometimes we can hit 60 FPS, which is nice, but not all the time. And once you get into town, I think it drops right back into like 40s and whatnot. Might even drop into the 30s still. But we will find out soon.
Ne.
Yeah, blowing things up to 720p and then go up to 4K sure doesn't do it any favors for looks.
それじゃ。
All right. Let's get to going, I guess, here. I think instead of moving there, I think my cat scared the hell out of me because I thought she was sleeping, and all of a sudden rubbed against my leg, so I gave her some pets. Every once in a while, you'll just see me not move, and usually it's something like she got into something, or I just wanted to pet her, or something like that, because she'll come to say hello. Or sometimes it'll be 420 and I want to take a hit.
主に獣とかだよ。たまに、あとは当然。闇の。ほら。
Speaking of hits.
見えるだろ？あそこ。あれが果ての山脈。あの向こうにソルスの光も届く闇の国にはゴブリンやオークみたいな呪われ。もちろん山脈を守る聖号騎士が侵入。というか、キリトはそんな当たり前のことまで。
Yeah, I'll just be like, sorry, dude. My head's all fucked up. I don't know shit. Be lucky I even know my name.
記憶を取り戻せるといいね。それじゃ。
Oh, yeah, see how it still drops down into the 30s here? And there's nothing on here, there's no limiter. RSR is not on. Which would probably smooth this shit out a little bit if I turn that on, but usually when I turn that on, it kills FPS by a couple. So that's why I usually test games with it off. And I don't obviously have any frame rate limiters on for obvious reasons. That would invalidate quite a few tests, you know? But now, why don't we go move on to a little camera? Alright, now for a little camera recorded gameplay. And yeah, even at low it can't get 60 out here, so I wonder what the Steam Deck would have gotten if we would have gotten all the way out here. Should have skipped all that BS and gotten here. But it still probably would have stayed in the like low 20, like high 20s probably in town here.
ねえ。それじゃ。
そういえば、なんで村に兵士がいるんだ？
主に獣とかだよ。たまに村の近くまで来ることがあるからね。あとは当然闇の軍勢から村を守るためだよ。
闇の軍勢？
ほら、見えるだろ？あそこ。あれが果ての山脈。あの向こうに ソルスの光も届かない闇の国があるんだ。闇の国にはゴブリンやオークみたいな呪われた亜人やいろいろな恐ろしい怪物が住んでいるんだ。もちろん山脈を守る聖号騎士が侵入を防いでいるけど、ごくまというかキリトはそんな当たり前のことまで
ああ、なんとなく聞いたこともあるような気がする。
そっか。早く記憶を取り戻せるといいね。
Never gonna happen. Well, not never, but not anytime too soon, I imagine. Yeah, it still barely stays above 30 in town here. So yeah, the Steam Deck would have dropped under 30 in town here, I would imagine.
さあキリト、教会に着いたよ。中でシスター。
Alright, let's go do it.
ユージを
セルカ。
セルか。
彼女は教会に住み込みで神聖術の勉強をしているシスター見習いだよ。
その人は
彼の名前はキリト。ベクタの迷子らしくて、しばらく教会に泊めてやってほしいんだ。
ベクタの迷子。分かった。シスターアザリアに話してみる。
セルカはアリスの妹なんだ。アリスも教会で神聖術の勉強をしていたんだ。
あ、そうだったのか。シスターアザリアや村人たちは初めこそ俺に疑いの視線を向けていたが、ベクタの迷子であることを伝えると拍子抜けするほどあっさりと俺を受け入れてくれた。そして友情やセルカ、村人と交流する中で気づいたことが一つある。この村には NPC など一人もいない。全員がユージオと同じくリアルな感情だが、そんなことはありえない。彼らは人間でもなく NPC でもない。王とこの世界の中心、王とを目指し現実世界と連絡を取る手段を探す。そしてこの世界の存在理由を見極めるんだ。ユージオはまだ来ないか。そういえばこの世界でまだ時計を見ていないな。一体どう。ああ、なるほど。
おはようキリト。なる。
おはようユージオ。いや、その1時間。
そうだよ。ソルスの光のもとにっていう賛美歌を12節に分けて鳴らしているんだ。
なるほどな。つまりこの世界には時計は存在しないってわけか。
それなら子供の頃に絵本で読んだよ。ずっと昔王都の真ん中にはそういう時刻みの人気があったんだって。でも人々がそればっかり見て仕事をおろそかにしたから、神様が怒って雷を落として壊しちゃったんだ。以来いつ鳴るかわからない鐘だけが人々に時間を教えるようになったんだよ。
ところであの鐘はどうやって鳴らしているんだ。
本当にキリトは何もかも忘れちゃったんだな。誰も鳴らしていないよ。あれはこの村にたった一つある神器だからね。
Alright though, I think that's plenty of camera recorded gameplay, so let's go wrap the video on up. Well alright guys, as a wrap for Sword Art Online here on the LIX, and I was actually surprised. Once we got into town, we struggled to stay above 30 FPS in some spots, which tells me the Steam Deck probably would have fallen flat on its face and gotten down like 25, 26 or something in some of these same spots. So that's why I always say though, just because I got okay FPS where I was doesn't mean it's going to everywhere in the whole game. But in any case though, at least it still was more unplayable the whole time. Now there could be some spots further into the game, of course, even on this guy where it does drop down to 25. And in that case, that fucking Steam Deck's probably only get like 20, 18 or something like that, you know? But hopefully that doesn't happen. But this game seems so hard to run, I'm probably gonna have to run this on all of the computers. But I still got a plethora of games to do before I do that, and requests. So that'll just be something I put on the back burner if I just so happen to run out of stuff. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.